Hola everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Crystal again, otherwise known as Mrs. Chris DC. I was able to recreate this super easy ice cream dripping manicure. If you're interested in how I did this, definitely just keep on watching. Alright, so jumping straight in, I did already start with a clear layer of dip powder just to reinforce my nails just a little bit. You can start with whatever base coat you would like. I'm just showing all the colors I'm using here by Ice Cream Nails, Sherbet Blast, Juicy Juicy, Dream Puff, Grasshopper Pie, Unmuted, the Bear It All by Sally Hansen Extreme Nails, Sunday Fun Day, going back to Ice Cream Nails, White on White by China Glaze, Rainbow Frosting by Ice Cream Nails, and my two stripers by Ice Cream Nails. I'm using white, and I'm also using this. It's called Brush with Fame. It's basically a striper with non-acetone nail polish remover, so you can use it in whatever color you'd like. And also using this pastel red by OPI, Don't Know the Color, Melon Moment by Ice Cream Nails, and Must Have It by Ice Cream Nails. So I'm jumping into just starting with the base coat for all of my nails. On my thumb, I'm going to be doing that kind of cone effect. So I did that pastel brown kind of looking color on my thumb, and then base coat. You could pick whatever color for your fingers. One thing I do like about this design is it doesn't have to be perfect. You can change up the colors. Similar to my previous video, I love doing designs where you can really just change up the colors to whatever you'd like. So I just caught a couple of snippets here of me doing the base coat of what my nail is going to be. I did do 2 coats for every color and 3 coats for the yellow. My left hand didn't need it, but my right hand did, so I just did it on both so that they would both have the same opacity. All right, once you've got your base coat all on all of your nails, I did grab this lighter beige, almost orangey color. I'm cleaning off the brush because I'm going to be using that striper in this color. So again, cleaning off the brush as much as you can. I'm just going to dip it in and use the striper to draw the kind of crisscross hatch of a waffle cone on your nail. You just start by doing diagonal stripes one way. You can space them out as far as you like or as close as you like. The brush is a little bit thicker than I would have liked, so I did go a little bit further, but that's totally fine. And then you'll do the opposite cross hatching once you've completed your whole nail. Only the bottom half really has to look that good. You might notice on the top that kind of fades out. I didn't really care to add polish to the top part because we're going to be covering that. All right, so now we can move on to starting with the dripping effect on the main 4 nails, not the thumb. So I'm dropping some white polish on my silicone nail mat and using a dotting tool to place the edge or the bottom of the drips on my nails. I used the smaller dotting tool for my pinky because I didn't want the drips to be too thick. Obviously, the nail bed's a little bit smaller. And then using the thicker dotting tool, I just randomly placed 2 or 1 dots on each of my other nails. So once I've placed that dot, I then use the white striper nail art brush to draw kind of lines going up towards the top. And again, like I said earlier, this does not have to be perfect. That's one of the great things about these types of manicures. You're freehanding it and it's supposed to look messy. It's dripping ice cream. So you want to draw kind of a straight line. Make sure you're filling out the edges so it looks like it's dripping and it's not like a line and then a dot like an upside down lollipop. You want to make it kind of all the same thickness. So I drew the straight line and then I filled in the top with white. Once the line is drawn, you fill the top with white, you pretty much have your bases. Now you just kind of making the edges look really thick. Also on the sides of the line, I kind of thickened it out to make it look like obviously it's dripping drops from a larger amount of ice cream, if that makes sense. So you want it to look kind of realistic. So you want to make it kind of open up to the top rather than just like a straight line coming out of the white, if that makes sense. And you're just going to repeat that for all of the nails. On the blue nail, I really like this blue color a lot. I wanted to see, you be able to see more of the actual color. So on this one, I went straight up and then opened it up at the top as I started to notice the pattern as I went along, and then I just filled in the whites. Something even to note here, as I started filling in the white part on the blue nail, I was like, all right, this is looking more like a French tip that I would want it to. I want it to look like ice cream, like I said. So I ended up adding in another little drip, but like basically just a little dot kind of coming out, but not so much dripping down, obviously like the other drops on the nail, if you would say. And as always, cap your edges. You want to make sure that it helps to prevent the chipping. But so once you've completed the dripping effect on all of your 4 nails, we're going to jump back over to the thumb, and you can do this in whatever order you want. I'm doing this because it dries in this order, so you can move a little quicker instead of having to wait. I basically filled in the top half of my thumb with white. Again, you don't have to be perfect with this because on the edge we're going to use a dotting tool to create basically like little cloud effect, so it looks like the bottom of an ice cream cone. So I'm using a thick dotting tool, picking up some whites and just cleaning up that edge with dots. Like I said, we want to make it look like the bottom of an ice cream cone. All right. I did notice after I put the dots on, it looked like you could see the polish was kind of elevated from the half part that I filled in, so that's why I went over the white a little bit again. Now moving on back over to the other fingers, I'm using the rainbow frosting polish to just dot some little sprinkles on the white section of the nail. I started at the top, and then if you want to like pass the brush lightly over the drip so you can get 1 or 2 sprinkles on there, that works too, however you would like. The Sunday Funday color also looks really cute as sprinkles. I like both of them. I just chose this one so that I could have multiple different types on my nails because I'm using the Sunday Funday on my thumb. I did unfortunately forget to film the dotting of the cherry, but it's basically just that red polish that I showed earlier and a thick dotting tool and popping the cherry on there. Here I'm taking the green that I use for the cherry stem, again cleaning off the brushes when you're going to use your brush with Fame striper brush if you have one, and dipping the brush. A little tip here, dip the brush a lot into the polish because if you just dip it once into the polish and put it on the nail, you're still going to have a little bit of that like residual acetone from the bottle. So you want to get the brush really coated with whatever color you're going to use. So for the stem, you just pop the little line on there. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. And now we're moving on to adding the sprinkles on the thumb using the Sunday Funday color by Extreme Nails. This did take a couple of tries. Usually when I'm adding well, in this case I'm saying sprinkle because it's ice cream, but if you're adding glitter to your nails, I like to use a sponge because it absorbs the polish part and you can just deposit the sprinkles. But basically on that, I waited for it to dry like 30 seconds and I went back in for another dip. So once you've applied your sprinkles to your thumb, you grab your top coats. I'm using the Holo Taco Super Glossy Top Coat and apply it to all of your nails. And of course, like I said earlier, always cap the edge of your manicure if you want it to last. More than likely, the first place that people see chipping is the edge of their nails, and most likely the reason for this is because you're not capping your nail with the color that you're using as well as your top coat. Remember that your top coat seals in your color and protects it from water and any other elements, and it'll help your manicure last a little bit longer. Alright, so here is the finished product. I think that this manicure is really cute for any time of year, but my favorite is definitely the summertime. If you like my content, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking on the little logo in the corner. My favorite products and anything mentioned in this video can be found in the description box below. I am an affiliate with Amazon, so your support means the world to me if you use those links. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you are all being safe. Bye.